episode of Lockdown with Sid. Today we have a special interview. We have Punya with us, all the way in
First,
Bali at this point in time. How's it going, Punya? How's life, man?
good, coach. Good, coach.
How are you
The
surviving the
situation is not good.
coronavirus?
Life is great at home. I'm killing it more than in the gym. Then we're killing it more in the kitchen.
Kitchen.
Coming out with yeah, coming out with good dishes to eat. I guess I'm getting very lazy, but otherwise it's good.
The,
It's all
the,
good.
the gym is closed, huh?
Yeah, everything is closed. Everything is shut down here. Just a week ago, 2 weeks ago, it shut down.
Yeah.
But it's not an official lockdown like in India, but still like the people are like it's closed, but there's still people roaming around and doing being out of their house. But otherwise, it's taking care of myself. Just that.
Nice. So, what are you doing for your training, man? Are you doing any running or are you doing any
I did for a while now, but I'm actually a little bit worried with the whole thing because I don't know how the official numbers are actually in Bali. So actually, I'm being more careful and staying at home. So did a workout actually. To be honest, I did it just twice till now. Not twice actually, just once. Otherwise, most of the time, like I said, I'm killing it more in the kitchen than in training and being fit. But just looking at matches and keeping the mind, I guess. I'm looking at the fight videos and
Yeah.
trying to improve more, knowledge-wise, gain
Yeah.
something out of it, I guess. Yeah,
Nice.
just that.
So I don't think anyone has congratulated you. So congrats on your last fight, which you fought in
Thank you,
MFN.
thank you,
It was a good win.
thank you
So
so much.
what do you like? You've not spoken about the fight at all, no? After the win,
Not much.
what was the
I,
experience like? It was your first pro fight. Like, how did you feel going into that fight? How did you feel during the fight, and how did you feel after the fight?
It was actually I felt like for me, I felt like it was a long time coming. Like I thought like I would start pro much earlier, but I felt like I could have started pro much earlier, but whatever, like things didn't pop up, and MFN3 came up, and I got a good opponent. So since the start, like I was very excited and ready for it more than I could ever be. And as I expected, things went exactly that. But I thought I would finish the fight, which I couldn't because my opponent was also really good.
Yeah.
Mine did better than I thought he would. And this year, skill-wise, I feel like I have improved a lot in a lot of areas, grappling, striking, everywhere. And I was just excited in the fight. Like always, like you know me. Whenever I fight, I'm calm as like always calm. So it's always the anxiety is always there. But I feel like now the main difference between from amateur to pro was to you're always anxious, but how you control it. I mean, if you're able to control it a little bit better, and I feel like you should step up to the pro level. And I was able to do that. I was very calm. Inside the cage, when I was getting ready, when I was warming up, I was all set in my mind. So I got the job done, and I wish I could have done it better, but I'm happy with my performance, and I'm sure the coming fights ahead will be better, much better.
Yeah, I think Mayank also, like, post fight, he also put out a video talking about how he thought the fight went. It was a pretty close
Yeah.
fight, man. No.
Yeah, I feel but based on the fights I had the close fights I have had before. The really close fights, amateur level. I have had the international fights. I had
Yeah.
two fights where I felt like I lost, I won. I feel like those were way more closer than this fight.
Yeah.
I don't think the decision was wrong in any sense. I felt like the first round I dominated. Second round, yeah, I put it more on the ground, but he just had 10 or 15 seconds of
Overtime,
positional dominance over me, and I don't
Yeah.
think he could do any damage to me in that point. In the first round as well, when he got the heel hook, it was there, but I don't think like it could do any damage to me. It didn't hurt me anything even after the fight, even during the fight. So I don't think damage-wise or score-wise he did anything more than me in the whole fight or in all the 3 rounds. I think I won all the 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think
But
the argument from their side would probably be like towards the end of the rounds, like two of the rounds, he seemed like he had a better
yeah,
position. But overall, I think the round you had won convincingly. But just the ending of those rounds, those were not. We didn't end
Yeah.
it as strong as we started it, and we ran through.
And that I take it to myself. That's something I'm saying, like I wish I could have finished it better. That I lacked, and I feel like I could finish the fight. Actually, I thought like I win my mind, and when I was training, when I did my camp here in Bali, all my training partners here, all the people who helped me out before that fight, like I was pretty sharp, and my striking was going good. Everything was going good. I had problems before the fight, injuries and stuff, but I was pretty locked up in my mind that I will get that finish. But I couldn't get that. That's a disappointment on me. But I know that I can get those finishes and get better performances in the coming fights. So
it's your first pro fight as well. Like there's a lot to learn because we've done so many amateur fights, man. Like, and we can talk about like, we can do a full show on just like our amateur fights. We're all in Philippines. We've gone and like
we have fought in the we have probably fought in the most brutal and intense places we could ever fight in India, I think, and I think that's history on us. That like going forward, we can look back into it and where we started and be glad, and it gives me strength and gives me a lot of motivation to see like from where I started and where I am at right now. So it humbles me.
Yeah, because I remember your first amateur MMA fight was in a temple. Yeah, we fought in a temple.
It was in a temple. There was no cage. It was on mats.
There was temple
mats
and
dirty as hell.
Oh my god, the terrible mats. And then I still remember the officials. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. Like they had no clue what they were doing. Oh my god! So just to see that transition, and from there competing in grappling tournaments, Muay Thai Championship, the amateur Muay Thai Championship in the Northeast. You know, so there are a lot of experiences there. We'll touch upon it like later. But what's next, bro? Like, what's your next? What are you looking to get in the future? Like, are you looking to fight anyone specifically?
My goal. Not exactly. I mean, the MFN scene that's going on right now, everyone is calling for this, that. I feel it's pretty kiddish, and I don't think we're there. I like, not to pinpoint anyone, but there are a lot of people. There's Jim, like, everyone there's boasting up about themselves and stuff. I feel it's very kiddish. I think we're fighters, and we should not just look here. We should look. If you're trying to be successful in this sport, if you're trying to actually achieve something in this sport, if we are stuck here, we're stuck in this, in just amongst us, we're not going to grow. I think we should think bigger. We should think higher. We should think about achieving more stuff. And rather than calling out names in the Indian fight, I think that's just fight. For me, it's I don't look at opponents basically. I don't think about specific opponents or something. When there's an opponent, of course I look into his skill set and my game plans and stuff. But my goal is to reach somewhere. That's my goal, and that's what I think about most of my time. So, opponent is just the opponent, and going past him that's my objective.
Yeah.
So this year I was planning to.
Yeah, how much trash talk have you seen this time? Like how many people have been talking? How
it's
insane
crazy.
is that, bro?
It's like, it's crazy. I don't know. I find it very. Actually, it's very wannabe for me. I don't think they actually. Inside the cage, you can see they don't have that. They don't have that charisma. They don't have that will. You don't see that heart in them, or you don't see that. If you talk and if you back it up, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
People here think like Connor did it. People think here Nate did it, and the way they talk and the way they build themselves up, it's who they are. They are like that. They're not talking and they're not doing something. They aren't actually. That's their personality. These are not their personality. I don't feel that's their personality. So people are not real. So then when you step in the ring and then you face a real opponent who's not talking but who's real inside the ring, and then.
But that's sort of the scary thing, because Anshul has been talking trash, and he actually he's one of those guys. He's the nicest guy ever. But when it comes to fighting and it comes to his actual fights, he's really passionate about it.
You see that.
Passionate and confident.
You see that.
So when he's actually talking trash, he's not talking trash. He's just talking the confidence that he has. He's just talking about what he thinks he can do.
Yeah, that's exactly what. So there are a lot of people who are talking and who are doing it, and they are doing it because it's their personality. So if you're real and if you're doing it like the way you are, that's fine. I mean, show up, prove yourself, and I feel like right now the fight world is so big, and we are just we are just starting our careers, and to get there, if you're really confident and if you can get there through this, I mean, great congrats to you. But you need more than talking. Our sport needs the skill. Our sport needs the heart to be mentally ready, to be physically ready. So if you're ready and if you can, if you have an extra thing on you, that's great for you.
Nice. So going forward, like obviously, if this lockdown continues for another 3 months, because this is what they think. They're saying it's going to be closed for 3 months. Are you going to start doing some
If it
workouts
goes for
or
3 months, if this goes for 3 months, I'll be probably fighting at welterweight next, or maybe
light
switching
heavyweight,
to a
bro?
weight class.
Light
Yeah, light
heavyweight.
heavyweight.
No, but I think it's a good idea to at least start maybe doing some running or. I know you don't like running that
Yeah,
much,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I'm very motivated when there's everything set for me, and but I don't know. This time I'm feeling very lazy, and I'm eating a lot of, like I said, killing it in the kitchen, and I'm eating good food. So I'm just taking the time off, just relaxing a bit, and then I'm planning. Actually, I'm starting. I made a plan that from tomorrow, like I'm gonna. There are a lot of good workouts. Actually, I'm very happy that
yeah.
a lot of people are taking it positively. You as well. You are posting so many stuff, and I'm following. I followed one of those programs as well. So there are a lot of things out there for. So I personally, to think and to do for me is very tiring. So when I see something out there, then a lot of things are now there for me to do. So I'm planning to just make myself fit and not actually go to welterweight and not make it a reality to fight at my weight
It's
class.
the dream fight that everyone wants to see you and Babajit at welterweight.
No. That's not. I'm making sure that's not happening.
Man, it's surprising how much people cut weight and how big they are when they're actually walking around.
Yeah,
So this time,
yeah,
like Anshul cuts a lot of weight, like, but I've seen, man, like Jason is a tall guy, man. I saw him this time, man. He's a tall guy. Pawan, man, he's a thick guy. So all these guys, man, the amount
yeah.
of weight they cut, people don't realize how much, what size you need. So you cut as well. You cut a lot of weight, no? How much did you fight at this time?
I did.
60?
I fought this time at 65. This time I had everything in my diet. This time fighting at 65, I had probably had the best diet ever I could imagine compared to my last few fights. That was terrible. Back to back weight cuts, 3 weight cuts back to back, and you know personally like how terrible it is, and how much of great support I had from friends like
Anand.
great friends like Anand. So
Tell the story, you know.
so
Tell the
but
story how much you were cutting weight and what he was doing.
So I usually when I fought amateur, because I'm fighting these guys outside, and they are as well cutting. I feel like if I don't cut, and if I go and fight at a weight class that's above me, I feel that's a lot of disadvantage. And so I cut weight. I cut at least around 10 kilos, 9 around 9 to 10 kilos. I mean, people cut that. I think that's normal. But for me, that was really tough because I did everything myself. I didn't have a nutritionist, but thanks to people like you who helped me, who gave me the knowledge of apple cider, to Coach Deepak, who gave me the knowledge of calorie deficit. So I started reading online and started coming up with what works for me. I think weight cut is like that. So you have all these nutritionists, you have all these people who are gonna say that, okay, do this and you can cut weight. But I think when you experience it slowly, you start to know what works for you. So I got that experience, that terrible experience, the 3 fight terrible
Yeah.
experience back to back. Actually, those were probably 2 months. I think 2 months, two
2 months.
3 months.
You take a
Fight,
you take 2 weeks
whatever, 2 months.
to start eating normally again and just to start weight cut all over again.
Then again back, yeah. So those fights were pretty lined up. So I mean, it was really great experience for me, because now I know like what works for me, how to do it, and that knowledge is in my head. But it would be great if someone could rather than me thinking about it. I'm sure like going ahead, like I'll someone will be there to just guide me more.
Just guide you
When
more, make
I,
like do a meal plan, give you exactly what you need to
yeah,
eat.
yeah, because there are still, when I cut weight, there's still always going to be one day. My friends around me who stay near me will know there's always a day in those 3 weight cuts I did. There's always one day where I let go and I eat all
Eat,
sorts of
yeah,
things. And
like
the
a
most,
cheat meal.
yeah, yeah, that's a cheat meal, and that's more than a cheat meal actually. If I cut 2 kilos, the next day I see I gained 3 kilos. So it's a big headache for me. So,
No, but tell us
so
about
yeah.
tell us about how Anand loves VJJ makes your life easy when you're weight cutting. What does he do?
Oh, he's. I tell you, if you ever want to be, if you ever want the right person with you, cutting weight, that's Anand. And if you ever need a friend in help, they say, right, why have enemies when you can have friends like that? I think Anand fits right in that category. I mean, that day, my God. So the story is like we all went to celebrate. I think Rachit are one of our best, one of the best guys in Crosstrain.
Yeah.
We went to his I think
House.
some tree that I forgot.
House
Yeah,
somewhere,
yes,
yeah.
some
Treat.
yeah, he gave
New
some
house. He
treat.
bought a new
So
house, I think.
yeah, so I of course I went, but I planned like I'm not gonna eat anything. I'm gonna go back and eat food back at my home, which I prepared. But I went because I wanted to go, and then everyone is eating there, and I didn't eat anything, and I had my meal back at home. So that was my plan to go back and eat. And then there are friends like Anand who come to me with the good food and putting the plate right in front of me and making me smell it and say like, hey, that's so tasty. So I mean, that day I felt like a cage to be put right there, and I could fight with him right there.
Super fight between you and Anand, right there.
Yeah, right on the streets.
Cool, man. Awesome, man. So good stuff. Let's hope you stay safe. Stay safe in this
Yeah.
time. Try and train a little bit, and hoping like something good comes out of it. I'm sure MFN will have a good fight for you now that you're coming off a
Yeah.
winning record. So let's hope that comes through. And yeah, man, just wish you all the very best. You and Pragya, you guys stay safe, and we hope to see
Thank
you
you.
soon, man. You want to say anything
Yeah.
to the people, like people back home, people in Assam? You want to tell them to stay at home?
Yeah, it's very important actually. It's very important. Even if there is no lockdown here in Bali, I'm keeping myself at home and of course be fit during that time. Like I'm not, but I'm planning to, and gonna start my whole thing. You cannot stay at home and just be there. So do something positive. Take the time off to everyone is saying it, so take the time off to do something good, be with your family. If not nothing, just relax and be at home, because it's actually it's kind of like a movie we are living with. Like the time is like we are watching a movie right now. History
Yeah.
going on, so it's very serious, and you don't know when you can catch it. You don't know if people might have it, and you can still they don't show any symptoms. So it's better just stay at home, stay safe. And I'm happy that our government back home in India, they took this step. It's pretty early, and they took it right now. So I hope the people abide by it, and positive results come through that. So just be home, be inside, and think positive and stay safe.
Cool.
So I wish
Awesome,
for
bro.
everyone.
Awesome speaking to you. Stay safe, and we'll speak again soon. And let us know when you do some workouts. We want to see some videos and photos.
Sure.
All
I'll
right.
post some soon.
All right.
Post some soon, coach.
Cool, man. Thanks, Punya. Great chat. We'll
All right.
speak to you soon. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks, man.
Great chat. Yeah.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thanks. Bye.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye. How do I end this now? Let me try. Okay, I've got it.